Greetings, this is Nicole and we're about to wrap up day 3 at ISTE Live 2022. It's been a phenomenal experience over here. We've been learning and sharing and having a huge amount of fun here at the Cami booth. Today we learned about digital citizenship, blended learning and accessibility. Come check it out.
You know, we have so much more access to technology, to the internet than we had even just a few years ago, right? It's been huge steps forward. But unfortunately, we haven't spent enough time talking about how do we help young people really be ready to be amazing humans in that digital world. And unfortunately, I think we've done a little too much focusing on the don'ts, right? The don't be mean online, don't share your password, don't bully other people. And the challenge with that, of course, is that we want kids who are practicing these digital skills, right? Practicing how to be a good member of a digital world, and you can't practice not doing something, right? You can't practice a don't. So we got to flip that around. We got to talk about the do's. How do we practice being a good cyber friend? How do we practice being a good member of the community in virtual spaces?
Our takeaway is to be able to get your assets digital in order to adjust on the fly, and the teacher can set that dial for how they want their class to look.
Having that digital anchor gives your teachers the ability to pivot on very short notice and have the ability to reach students who need it when they need it. So if you have to change your class because someone in your class doesn't get it, or the whole class doesn't get the concept for the day, or there's an emergency assembly, or you have to be closed because it's a snow day, you can then redirect your entire class without having to work for 2 to 3 hours to do it.
4 things.
Here we go.
The first one, everybody can do. It takes zero knowledge. Color contrast. There are great free tools out there, WebAIM's Contrast Checker, Color Safe, that will it will tell you if your colors are accessible for students with visual differences. It's free. I'm all about free.
We like free things.
Fonts. I know we all love those really cute fonts. I know we do. But you want to pick a font that is evenly spaced, evenly parsed, readable. Mm-hmm. Those are things everybody standing here can do and everybody who's watching us can do, and I know this.
Because we've all changed colors and fonts in our documents, and we do it every day.
Yeah. You want to make sure, try as much as you can to not use PDFs. Please stop using PDFs. Or if you're going to use them, put them through Cami and the OCR reader. Because the reality is people do it out of a good place. They're like, I'm going to put this textbook on the copy machine so my students can have a copy of it and they don't have to buy it. But what happens when you do that is it just takes a picture. And so when you give it to a student who's blind, the screen reader literally just says image. That's all it tells them.
Image, like in that robotic voice.
Yep. And then the last one is just make sure you're willing to learn more. You can't know what you don't know. We don't know everything. We learn stuff all the time.
We got a random request once from a group on our campus they're the communication group. Like they put out, flyers and the Facebook and Twitter feeds for the school, and they were like, teach us about social media, making it accessible. And we were like, give us a week. And we just dove in and learned all the things. And we learned things we didn't know.
Yeah.
But you have to be willing to admit that you don't know and go find out.
And that's a wrap for ISTE 2022. We'll see you next year.